Yeah, and that's what I did this weekend. Slaying the Dragon's quite fun. Oh, are we recording? Hi, guys. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, and how'd you like seeing our fugly mugs? Well,
Yeah.
two of us.
Yeah.
And
Brayden's nose. Yeah.
Was it just my nose? Isn't it?
I thought so. I leaned back so you could say
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I thought.
If we're just using it as a JPEG, then I don't know.
I was going to put it as an intro to the video.
Okay, well, then what the hell am I doing?
JPEG. All right, anyway.
Welcome again.
We have a special treat for you, which is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Which I know that, well, you're probably the only one I think who's read the graphic novels.
I've read it religiously. I have it in black and white. I have it in color. Yeah, it's a fantastic book.
I can't wait to see what you think of Sin City if they put Sin City in color.
I love Sin City.
What if they put it in color?
That would make it worse. Black, white, and red. That's the mantra. But anyway.
It's neo-noir, right?
Neo-noir.
No, you can't. It's not noir.
It's noir.
Then they did it wrong because, neo-noir, it's R silent.
Yeah, they messed up.
Ours are always silent.
But this movie wasn't picked by me. It was actually picked by our guest here. Why'd you pick this movie?
Well, yeah, because I originally picked a different movie.
You picked a couple.
Yeah, I've always liked this movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Mm-hmm. Is it? Is versus?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a really, actually, even though it's the main focus isn't the music, but I think it's actually pretty realistic, like portrayal of how music kind of is, especially the punky variety.
I think upon that too, one thing to be said about this movie especially is the amount of sound effects they take from games and mix them over the music.
For sure, yeah.
Well, I feel like this movie mirrors a lot of Brian Lee O'Malley wrote the books, and I feel like it mirrors the book very well.
Kind of like the Peter Jackson with Lord of the Rings and stuff.
It's interesting how it's not even a 2-hour movie, and I'm pretty sure it does the 6 volumes justice, which is crazy to me.
It's actually really jam-packed with culture, because when you think of music, games, and then the comic book kind of.
I wouldn't expect any less from Edgar Wright too. I mean, he's made quite a name for himself.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
Yeah, Baby Driver is another one of my favorite movies.
Well, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
And he did Ant-Man, which he
did a lot of stuff for Ant-Man, but I can't remember what happened with that. I think there was
But he did Attack on the Block as well the following year, which was
he did Attack on the Block?
Yeah, which was a great follow-up.
That is a great movie.
I haven't seen that yet, but I know that's what everybody knew Boyega from, and they were super excited.
Yeah, that was one of his first things. But the interesting thing about Brian Lee O'Malley, his works, is they're all about something, but they're about something. So Scott Pilgrim versus the World is about a guy who has to fight a girl's 7 evil exes in order to be with her. But it's really about going from being a teenager to being a young adult, and that transition in your life. Going from having no responsibilities to having a very minimal amount. His other book he did, Seconds, is about a girl who eats mushrooms and can change something from her past. But it's really about going from your 20s to being in your 30s and being having still a young attitude to this is what I'm going to be for the rest of my life.
Bro, that's heavy.
It's really heavy, but it's
the concept of the rest of your life. Holy God!
Yeah, which we talked about in Legend. How Ridley Scott is a master at that. And I'm sorry, it was not. He did not. Edgar Wright did not direct. He had a producer credit.
That's what
Joe Cornish.
Joe Cornish. That's right. Yes.
But no, I think that's what makes some of these directors though so legendary, because it's a very hard thing to balance out. Mm-hmm. And and
message with
you always gotta think too, especially when it comes to an adaptation. I think that's the biggest thing. So I think that's something that is kind of lacking when they make adaptations. There's people who can do it and people who can't.
And I feel as far as messages too, this movie is kind of in the same way, because when we date people in our lives, we don't have to physically fight their exes, but I feel we are compared to on some kind of scale.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
It's the physical aspect of how you look. And I don't think it's something that's focused on, but it's the physical aspect and the emotional. Yeah. Are they the same? And I think everybody kind of compares, even if they haven't had dating experience, they compare it to the people that they've had the closest type of relationships with.
Even subconsciously, without even thinking about it.
And
yes, for sure, yeah.
Scott,
that's the only thing to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, because we all know Michael Cena. He's like, what, 30?
Sarah.
Michael Cera. So
John Cena's brother.
I'm imagining Michael Cera. No one can't see me. But he's so skinny that like the shorts don't fit him. He's not buff.
Oh, just imagine John Cena sitting across from Michael Cena.
Michael Cena and the brothers.
And the mom and dad are on the other end.
I decided to go into acting instead of wrestling.
Well, I mean, what's the difference? What?
Yeah, they are. They are both acting. Wrestling is staged, guys. Oops.
But born in 1988, on June 7th, I mean, he's 32, but he has that young look of...
Yeah. He's a child. Well, this was also 10 years
Elijah
ago.
Wood.
This is also 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, and he still looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Elijah Wood, besides the great hair, you would not be able to tell that Elijah Wood is like, I think, like 41?
He's my dad's age almost, which is insane to me, because he took a ring to Mordor somehow. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's... Okay, no, he's 39. So, 39? I mean, he was born in 81. Okay. So, yeah,
all right, I mean, so he's not anywhere close to my dad's age, but still.
No, but I mean, if you look at a recent picture of him, the only way that you could tell is because he has a couple of gray hairs.
He's holding his ID.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of gray hairs, and you can kind of see the older look to him, but it's like comparing him and Tobey Maguire, because Tobey Maguire still looks pretty much the same. He still looks like a young adult. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you get these actors, and I think that's what's really awesome, and that's what, you know, I kind of warmed up more to Tom Holland. I think, unpopular opinion, I didn't care for Homecoming. I thought it was...
It was awesome. I enjoyed it a lot.
I thought it was trying to appeal too much with somebody who didn't understand the generation.
That's every movie.
Well, you know,
there's every movie that takes place in a high school.
Yeah, but there's something to be said about there's a proper way to do it. Of somebody who's not from that generation and writing it. Yeah. Like, take the Duffer Brothers, for instance. Stranger Things is a very well done series for 80s children. It's the nostalgic that they took from the movies and they tried to project that, and they did a very good job of it.
I feel like one great example of like appealing to a younger generation would definitely be Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, yeah.
Yeah. The movie's amazing.
And that's the type of thing, though. You know, like, there's many movies, and like I said, it's my unpopular opinion, but the whole vlogging thing and Homecoming and stuff like that, it didn't really sync with me. It felt like they were trying too hard to be like, this is every kid.
This is what this generation does. They all want to be YouTubers.
And that offends me, because I'm not the type of person who would, you know, on average, be the one who does a lot of that, like a lot of vlogging and stuff. So for me,
you're not a vlogger.
It was kind of offensive, because it was kind of like jabbing, like, this is everybody in the generation.
This is
They're
who
all
you
cringy.
are. Yeah.
I'm trying to get him, like, we all pretend that we're all this funny stuff, and you know, it just was kind of offensive. You know?
I am very funny.
Well,
that's because you're broken on the inside, though, and we all know that.
But, you know,
you're a shattered little...
I think with the better writing...
And we all hate you secretly.
Secretly? Doesn't sound very secret anymore.
But, you know, I feel like...
I'm just jealous, because I'm very successful.
I'm just here to interrupt the smart people.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I feel like when they first introduced Tom Holland...
Yeah.
It was weird, because he sounded like a girl. And I know that they made jokes like that.
Yeah.
But I think he's grown into that more, and I think that might have been a scripting choice, more or less. And that's what I didn't like. When he seemed more adultish, that seemed more like a nerdy teenager that I was wanting to see. Because that's what lacked with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Is he made Spider-Man seem like a dick. Like when that guy's getting pulled out of Oscorp in the first one, and he smiles, it kind of was like... And I look back and I see that, and I understand it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that was like the thing with Michael Cera in this movie, is that he really got that Spider-Man Far From Home and, you know, maybe like Infinity War, you know, vibe. It felt more natural as
he's
an
an adult, but he's not.
Yeah, we all have that kiddishness in us. Yeah. I mean, especially nerds. We may not always look the nerd part, but we all have that internal struggle. And, you know, there's always going to be somebody who's more into sports, always more jacked up, always more bad boyish.
Sure.
And
bad
then
boy, you say?
And not everybody who's a nerd or more low key is, you know, the perfect person who's caring.
Yeah.
But I think Scott and the portrayal that they got for, I think with the portrayal, the physical look and Michael Cera's acting ability really gave a sense of connection, which is what everybody was really looking for with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
They wanted somebody young, but they wanted somebody who could understand life and put that into the character.
Yeah. Well,
and I would say that, that's one of the hardest things is being somebody who is average.
Yeah.
Because, there's always the skinny guy, and always being a little bit husky, you have that insecurity, because you always have those people who are judging you. Because, at first, and that's the bitch about puberty. Everybody thinks that in order to be that, and even nowadays, everybody thinks that in order to be a superhero, you have to be ripped. You have to be all these different things, and you have to have an attitude so you can reflect who you are. Because if you show too much emotion, you're not a man.
Yeah, it's not out here. It's in here.
If you show too much emotion as a woman, you're not really a woman. You're just a little crybaby. That's what the people have been taught. So,
or if you show too much emotions as a man.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity. It rules over all of those.
And that's what I love about Scott Pilgrim, because there is quite a bit of toxic masculinity in this movie. Oh, yeah.
All of her exes are just like, I'm going to kill you.
Well, I think even his friend who's gay has a lot of toxic masculinity, which is
interesting.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if I
wouldn't say toxic masculinity so much as he's just a bitch.
He's a snobby ass.
Yeah.
But it's kind of that tone that sets that Scott is just trying to navigate the world as a normal person with his insecurities, because he's not big, he's not buff, he's skinny.
He's 22 and he's dating a high schooler.
Which
and his shaggy hair, man.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to cut that hair. My God.
And that's the hardest thing, is where do you go? Because high school is really kind of the time when you can date people and you kind of get like a feel. Usually you're exposed to who
feel
you
of
like.
what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
You can have boobs and butts.
Yeah, I totally did that in high school. Yeah. Oh man, I slayed.
But you really get the sense of what kind of people you want to be with and who kind of fits your profile and where you fit in. For me, my fit-in group was nowhere. I wasn't a jock. I did do football when I was in 8th grade. That was my last year. So I had the build of a jock. I had the nerdiness of the nerds group and the geeks.
Sure.
But I also fell under the normal crowd. I wasn't popular, but I had the social ability to go and talk to people.
Yeah.
I've always had that, and I think that's just a natural birthline thing. I'm more than ecstatic. Because, that's how you and me met.
Yeah, personally, I struggled a lot with finding my identity in high school. Because you and I met in high school, Brayden. And our high school, we'll both acknowledge, it was kind of the same people. Like, it was all very white, Christian, like they all...
Yeah, there wasn't much variety.
Variety, no.
And
which is a bummer.
Which is weird, because, like, the outliers in our school...
They
were out, dude.
Yeah. Like, they were, like, to the point where people would, like, straight up, like, just say things to them, and, like, no one else would give a shit. And I'm like, looking back, like, that is messed up. Like, just because they don't fit your cookie cutter, like...
And that's the thing. People were shunned. And that's what makes Scott Pilgrim so great in this movie adaptation, since I can't compare it to the graphic novels.
Yeah.
Is that he's kind of an outcast in his own group.
He is very much an outcast in the book, and they cast it perfectly with Michael Cera.
There's something to be said that... And that's another thing, too. The portrayal that he brings to the table is a great way to represent that, even as an actor, of somebody who isn't this big ripped dude.
Yeah.
He still looks like a small nerd person, but he looks like somebody you could be friends with.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jesse Eisenberg, but younger.
He looks approachable, I think is the word.
Yeah, and he looks like a nice person. And I think that's important, that, it doesn't matter who you are. It's just that you have a good heart and you put your passion and stuff ahead. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know if it says he's married. I kind of want to see that. But no, he's still to himself, which, again, not really an issue. No. Good on him. Yeah. But
work on his career.
I wonder, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to articulate this, but
it's okay.
So you're talking about him as if he's kind of like a hero, and that the metaphor might be there. But who is he saving in this scenario? Because she doesn't seem affected by it.
She was saving her. I think.
Well, it's in that last line, isn't it? Because in the first fight, he's like, "I'm fighting you because I love her," but then he realizes, "Oh, I'm fighting you for me."
He's fighting for himself.
Yeah, it's a coming of age kind of deal.
Yeah, which I was going to ask. Would you consider this coming of age movie? Because I think this is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the giveaway for me is like the self-respect sword.
You mean the takeaway?
What did I?
You said the giveaway.
Well, what gave away that metaphor?
What you took
undertone.
The
undertone. And
the sort of self-respect where he's like, oh.
But then that breaks, so is he...
Does
he not respect himself anymore?
No, it's just he wasn't as powerful as the dick sword. I don't know.
The dick sword.
But I think
now I'm having now I'm having Saints Row flashbacks.
God. Kinsey.
Yeah.
How did she use that thing?
Anyways.
But I think that is a big question too, because I mean the thing that you see towards the end in that final battle, the sword pops out from his chest.
Yeah.
The love one pops out on the left side. It's like in the center of his chest, but if you look, it's much more to the left.
Because you earn the power of love.
And that's something. But and it may be just me that I'm taking away more than it is. It might be that you're just
overanalyzing.
But the thing I love most about that is that the love sword breaks too.
Oh,
but it breaks a lot sooner than his self-respect sword.
Yeah.
And what I loved about, because I think there's something to be said with the color purple that invokes some sort of fury.
Oh,
I mean, that's what Mace Windu has. And I'm going off expanded universe content, but one of the things that it started as just Samuel L. Jackson wanting to have a different color lightsaber. He wanted to be able to point out his
character.
Yeah. But
there I am in that shot.
I think even looking at his portrayal of Mace Windu, there's a lot of darkness in him too.
Oh yeah.
And that lightsaber in the expanded universe stands for, I believe it's kind of a mix of dark and light Jedi, because that's what Mara Jade also used.
I mean, I feel like it was more like, the love sword was just straight up red. Right?
Yeah, because that's the common theme of love.
It was on fire as well.
Exactly. Well, they were both on fire. The purple sword...
Really?
Yeah, they were both on fire.
The purple sword, is kind of like a mixture, so I feel like it's more of a spectrum.
It could be, yeah.
It's a mixture of colors. Because, love is Love, will do stuff for you, but it's not
it's not always going to last. It's
exactly.
Not always gonna
Self-respect
is
Yeah,
and that's
what we all need.
That's the thing I loved most. Both swords kind of came from the left. They were over his chest, which is kind of an important thing, because self-respect does come from the heart. It's loving yourself. It's being comfortable. And you don't always have to be happy with yourself and the self-respect that you give yourself, but you need to be content with who you are.
Well, I love how the swords are portrayed in the comics, because in the comics, when he earns the power of love, it's a samurai sword with a little heart at the bottom, but then when he earns the power of self-respect, it straight up looks like the sword Cloud had in Final Fantasy VII, that giant ass
big blade.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's awesome. But it wasn't in the books. It wasn't it wasn't self-respect. It was understanding, and that's something as young people we need to learn to do, as well as relationships. We need to understand
certain points of views.
Well, and it's the people you're with, things have happened to them in their life that they probably 99% of the time haven't told you yet. And you need to be understanding of this was them. It's not necessarily who they are now, but it is a part of them. And it's a thing of you need to be okay with that.
And you need to let it build their character and build you.
If you want to make it work, you need to
Which is another big thing, which I think you could agree with, is that with that little piece in there, it's kind of nice seeing, because that's something that we've talked about, you and me, and the thing many times, is that just because you do something in the past does not mean that's who you're going to be 10 years down the line. Doesn't mean even 5 years.
You can have opinions 5 years ago that are different from your opinions now, and that is fair. You can have opinions in 5 years that aren't the opinions you have now, and that's fair.
You can do horrendous things, but that doesn't mean that you can't.
That's why I hate.
Right, dude. That's why I need everyone to get over the fact that I killed that man.
He's got a confession.
I did it 5 years ago. Get over it.
We were on this deep trail of thought, and we just hear you confess to a murder. My God! But in all seriousness, he didn't actually kill anyone. That was a bit.
We think.
Anyways. Fucking now you know. Like when this goes out, it's gonna be like we found fingerprints of a SoundCloud rapper.
They're gonna bust down my door.
FBI. Wait, he's white. Never mind.
He's
one of us.
We're good. Guys, we're good. You want Krispy Kreme? No.
Make America white again.
Dude,
we got donuts in the truck.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there you go. No.
Was that an offer?
No.
That was probably a bit.
That was a bit.
Oh, okay.
That was the jig.
Disappointment.
That was the cape I was pulling.
But
yeah.
no, I think that really showed what Ramona's character is. The biggest thing is that she's not that same person.
No.
And a lot, like, especially that final scene, because I know you said it was different, that Scott ended up staying with Knives.
In the movie, that was the original ending they made.
Oh, that was the original.
But that's because when they were writing the movie, only volumes 1 through 5 of the manga had finished. Like 6 came out after the movie. So they were kind of making up the ending as they go. But luckily, Brian Lee O'Malley, who wrote and drew the book, he was supervising, so he came up with like a few ideas, and they shot a few. But that was the Knives one was the one that they initially showed for test audiences,
and they did not like it.
Yeah, so they decided to stick with the Ramona one, and that's how the book ends as well. So,
and I think that's great.
I wonder why that is.
Why it didn't test bow?
Yeah,
because again, it's like
it didn't make sense.
It would feel too much like a loop. Like he started out dating Knives, and then he spends this whole movie
fighting.
Fighting with the like almost explicit purpose because he's dating this girl. Like it would seem weird if he went back to the first girl, and he didn't like at the end get the reward of this girl that he's been, the whole time.
Yeah, but does that loop? Does that throw you off more than the fact? Okay, so. Mm-hmm. Them not getting together means that Knives, her only purpose was just to like add a conflict between him and Ramona.
Well, her purpose was to have him grow.
Yeah,
because like he starts out dating this high schooler, but then he realizes like I need to be more mature and probably date someone a little older. Like that was kind of the purpose of it.
Well, also you got to think too that it's hard because moving out off of high school.
Yeah.
No matter if you go to college or not, it is hard because you're officially an adult. You are officially dependent or independent on yourself, and you're dependent on your own skills.
And if you mess up, guess who you get to blame?
No one. Except yourself.
Your mother, she didn't send you money.
She didn't hold you long enough as a baby, and that's why you're not masculine. No, wait.
My father never hugged me.
My father never hugged me.
And that's why I killed that man.
Oh my god. We're going to get demonetized. We're not going to make any money off of this. I thought the extra viewers of your fan base would help, but no.
Oh, I don't got it.
Why are you pulling out an energy drink? Do you think I need it or something?
Monster Energy.
Gatorade. Is it
brings out the monster.
Wait, do you get demonetized for saying you killed him?
I mean, if you keep saying murder enough, god damn it.
I didn't say. I never said murder.
You said kill.
Oh, now I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's only for YouTube, though.
We're cutting this out. Start it again. No.
Oh, do you guys upload to YouTube?
Back for the top. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, we aren't currently up to date, but we're.
That's my piece on that.
Flipping me off?
No, read my lips.
Fuck YouTube.
Oh, so are we not doing that anymore?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we do YouTube.
Yeah, might as well.
YouTube is gonna screw everyone over anyway.
Oh, I know.
I have no issue. I'm sorry. I condone this message because,
Yeah.
Be mad at us if you want. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. As long as we get our word out there. Anyway, so did you guys personally, to like kind of keep on the same topic of it, did you guys have a favorite supporting character? Like favorite character in the movie besides like besides Ramona. Scott and Ramona? Ramona is your favorite?
No.
Besides Scott,
I mean. My favorite supporting character. Kim, just because she's a baddie.
Yeah, I love Kim. I love Kim.
I
like how every time her eyebrow lifts, it makes like the sound of an amp turning on.
Yeah, I gotta go ahead.
I love Lucas Lee.
Lucas Lee is a great.
That is my favorite. Now here's
Chris
why.
Evans.
Here's why. Every relationship that you're going to go through, everybody is going to have that one ex.
Oh, you're the
guy
masculine
or
bro
girl,
dude,
or the toxic feministic ex who is all about her It's all about their ego.
Ego. Yeah,
and they leave you behind because they don't think you're enough, and then they want you back, and they'll try to do anything. There's always that big wall to overcome, and it always gives you a sense of self-doubt.
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest message I took away from that. When Scott was getting his ass kicked,
yeah,
it did just take his ego. It took the fact of, am I going to be like this guy?
Oh,
I could be like this guy if I wanted to, and I could try and be as low as he did. Yeah, as low as he is to get my face up. But what would that cost me? Because obviously it cost him Ramona.
Well, Ramona left him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a matter of look where he ended up, but is he really happy?
Yeah. Like, what is the ego of, like, being...
Fleshing out an ego is...
full happiness, you know?
Very different than
I feel
happiness.
like he actually is happy, but I feel like it's an illusion. Like, he doesn't know he's not really. But, I mean, he died after grinding on some crappy rails, so whatever.
Yeah, and that was to show his ego. And that was another metaphor I took away, is that, you know, your own ego can kill you. When you are so full of yourself, you don't really have anybody. You have the people who can tolerate you, but don't want to be around you.
Well, one of the things in the comic, because it didn't do the stunt double thing, and it was a little bit different with his character. It wasn't his ego, really. It was kind of more he was a sellout. Because he literally said to Scott, like after they had their first fight, like they were going to have the second one, he's sitting and they're talking, and he goes, if you pay me some money, I'll just take a loss. And it's literally like, oh, you're just a sellout. Like, you don't actually, like, care. Like...
I wouldn't say sellout for this, but I think he's kind of got that Harrison Ford thing. He's just kind of there to be there.
Exactly.
If I make money, I make money.
My favorite line from him is when Wallace hands him the board and he goes, I'm a big fan. And he looks at him, why wouldn't you be? Which Brian Lee O'Malley actually wrote that line in because he went to see a band that he liked and said that, and that was their response. I'm a big fan. Why wouldn't you be?
Which is kind of a Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, that's 100% a Quentin.
Let's hear the applause more.
More applause.
Okay,
more applause,
you're
more
done.
All right.
I was trying to find. I probably should have. I wish I would have thought about this before we started rolling.
That's okay.
But so like there's 7 X's.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see if there was any correlation with like the 7 deadly sins.
That
I was
would
kind of
be
thinking
a good
about
one.
that too when you said
like,
the 7 deadly X's.
Yeah, so like pride would obviously be
Lucas. I feel like. What about the vegan Scott?
Oh, that's a 7 deadly. That's one of the sins. Don't be a vegan. You'll go straight to hell.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Okay, so we got lust.
Lust, I feel like would be Roxy.
Yeah.
Because she did get finished via an orgasm back to the knee. Oh, yeah.
Which we definitely need to talk about that because that was the most fucked up scene.
He finished her.
Finished her.
Yeah, we can move
finished her.
Ooh, I'll leave you. I feel like
Orgality.
Wrath, 7 Deadly Sin of Wrath. That is definitely that's the last guy. God, I can't remember his name. Gideon.
Or is that guy Greed?
He could be Greed.
I feel like Greed is
more fitting for him because
the worst one, which would.
Well, what did you say you thought you would say he was?
Wrath. Because I mean, he did get all the evil exes together.
You have to
and
think.
He did send them on him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's implies like possessiveness.
Yeah.
Like Greed. He like is literally with the chip trying to.
Yeah, because Ramona was saying like. When they were together, he didn't really notice her, but then after they broke up, he did. So I feel like it is kind of you might be right on greed, yeah. Because I feel like greed is the worst sin, maybe.
It is, because greed has a large variety. It's all about you. You want things.
Or envy. Envy's another bad one.
You don't always have to give everything attention, but that doesn't mean you can't have it for yourself.
I feel like envy would be, not the character in the movie, but the sin. Anyone else feel like that would be Matthew Patel, the first guy?
Yeah, what was his...
Shout Fire with the hipster chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be envious. Because he was the first guy who dated Ramona, and they dated for a week. So I feel like he had that look in his eyes like, I'm going to kill you and get her back. Like this is all I've been thinking about since the 7th grade, yeah.
And for some people, that's unfortunately true.
I feel like Gluttony and Sloth, I mean, we didn't get much of them, but maybe the Katanagi twins. Because we get a full volume of them in the comic, and I feel like it's one of the best volumes. Because they send robots after him to kill him. It's awesome.
Gluttony is a weird one. I don't know if that one really
Sloth
works.
And Gluttony are kind of hand in hand. Maybe Gluttony's the vegan.
Can't be a sloth. He won't go to heaven.
Yeah. Maybe Gluttony's the vegan?
I kind of feel like Pride.
Pride is the vegan.
But Pride is also Lucas.
They all suck.
They all suck.
Yeah.
It's a mix.
I like how we're thinking about this really hard, but we all agreed immediately. Lust. The girl. The girl one.
Well, it made the most sense, but I think really what it comes down to, too, is the reason that they are the 7 deadly X's because they all have the toxic traits of what you wouldn't want in a person.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They all have their own mix of the two, and that is what makes people evil, because you can never be just one.
Oh, yeah.
When you reach a certain status, you become multiple things. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean you have to be all of them.
Yeah.
But that's what this is what they all allowed themselves to be turned into. They had a choice to move on from Ramona and learn from it and say, okay, this may have been shitty, but we can move on. They all made something of themselves, but they never all moved on.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't ever about Scott. It was the fact to prove a point that they could still do anything regardless of the amazing girl that they lost.
3 of them were musicians. 1 was an actor. 1 was a business mogul. Matthew Patel had a vampire harem. That's cool.
He was goth. He was the one who he had his own style, and he probably had his own popular group, because everybody's like, ooh, that guy's gonna... he's gonna
I'm sure he could have gotten anybody else he would want, but it's like, I can't have Ramona, so I need her.
Matthew Patel is the
Fireball
guy.
Yeah.
Bumblebee guy, right? The first guy.
The Bumblebee shirt. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hate that shirt. That's the worst shirt.
Striped
Let's talk
shirts.
about that.
Okay, sure.
Fuck that shirt. Okay, next time.
Yeah, okay. I'm mad that it's like starting to not socially be okay for me to wear Hawaiian shirts. They're the only shirts that fit me and make me look thinnish, besides wearing all black. So, fuck.
I wear all black.
Yeah. Welcome to my world. You get to be black all the time now in some capacity.
I was like, do I laugh at this? What do I do? Oh, God.
Yes. It is okay for people to laugh at black jokes when a black person is present.
And they nod in approval. Like.
We are not all like that one girl from True Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're like, oh, yeah, you think that's funny? You're a terrible person. We're not all like that.
Yeah. Nice. But
no, I think that it's a perfect representation, and I don't. What I really think with the movie is that these were all just obstacles of what people would have to face. Somebody who's bigger and better. There's always going to be somebody bigger and better, and there's always going to be those people who gain up on you.
Oh yeah,
and it will always be not always to get to you or about love. And with Scott, I feel like it wasn't just about love. It was about proving a point. We're better. You may have had the girl that we liked, but look where we are, and we could still kick your ass because you're small.
Maybe like they make fun of him for being like skinny, Canadian, like and the weirdest things.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing in high school, though. That was what I took away, because that was the only thing that people...
Be Canadian?
That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
Screw you, Canadian. No, please don't take that seriously, because I also have Canadian friends.
We love our Canadian audience.
We love America, all you other countries.
Shut the fuck up! All you other countries, no, we love our Canadian audience. We do love our U.S. audience. We also love our Ireland audience and our Greek audience. Thank you guys for all showing
I'd make
up.
Another joke, but I don't want the government to kick me out of the country.
No, we all love them equally. You guys are like my children, except, not.
Now you sound like Michael Scott.
Thanks.
Michael Scott says no, but no, I really like that, because, I really feel like there is a serious undertone with this.
Yeah. And
that with coming of age, it's all the obstacles you face, and that's like something that people always use. I used to always get race jokes and comments about my weight. Mm-hmm. But at the same time,
weight jokes and nerd jokes.
But at the same time, those were also people who were so fit and on the track team, and they were skinny as shit.
Yeah.
They may have had the abs, but they looked like they could break at any second.
Just snap like glass.
People only make fun of you because they know that people have made fun of them. And they know that at any moment, if they fuck up, They'll lose everything.
It's insecurities feeding into insecurities. It's a weird cycle. Like,
and if you feed that ego, it's much harder to let yourself down because you feel like you're the top of the world.
Exactly.
It's the unfortunate truth. Kind of like, without spoiling it for Whiplash, because I know you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
The thing with Fletcher's belief in Whiplash is that if you tear people down and completely destroy them as a person, they can rebuild themselves and be a better person because they just dedicate themselves to that one thing. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what every single one of these people did.
Yeah.
And in order for Gideon to have what he wanted, he physically put a restraint so he could always get what he wanted if he wanted it
put
back.
A chip on her neck.
And for him, I don't think it was about proving a point. It was just the fact that he wanted to label her as his property.
Yeah.
I got it. It's my reward because I had it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think also brought this, that I thought of was that Gideon was the perfect example of the biggest thing that we struggle with moving on in life. Mm-hmm. We may get everything because we're independent and we move on our own. We've grown up. We've done what we wanted to do and we're successful.
Yeah.
But we have the hardest time letting go of things.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And we always will ask the question, too, because I'm sure you, Brayden, could even, everybody has theirs. I have a girlfriend, too. But at the same time, I always ask myself.
I'll just leave from this conversation.
I do ask myself sometimes, though, with the success that I have, why did they leave? And it's not that the person you're with isn't good enough. It's just about, if they knew I could make it, why did they kind of disappear?
Yeah.
Or why couldn't we have at least just stayed friends if we were comfortable at that level? Which I'm friends with a fair amount of my exes. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. But I think that was kind of Gideon. It was like, he did not want to let go. He had everything but the one girl that everybody got to have.
Exactly.
And he did not want to give that up. He wanted to be able to say, now that I've earned it, this is my right.
Exactly.
So it was very possessive and very egotistical.
Yeah.
It's very problematic.
Yeah, it's very fucked.
And even at the end, more so than Lucas Lee, he really held on to his ego. It was so much about...
He made a club and was sitting on, like, a pyramid in the center of it. Like, with her just standing there.
And petting her like a dog.
Yeah. That was my favorite line. Baby, are you with me? Yes. And then you just hear, ah! Hey, buddy, it's going to be okay. No, I spilled hot cocoa on my crotch.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that. That's so, first of all, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Second of all, I think it's really cool how they make Scott so, like, emotionally involved in the story while also so emotionally just, like, taken.
Yeah.
Like,
the jokes, the comedic form that we all take to cope.
Yeah.
It's just, it's really, it's interesting. He feels very lifeless, but very...
alive at the same time.
Yeah. We've all spilled hot stuff on our crotch. It's not fun. During an important meeting, yeah.
We will talk about how I spilled ravioli while wearing shorts and how bad it hurt later.
Ah!
Damn,
I can't tell. I spilled, like... I think I was wearing, like, just a bathrobe. And I like, spilled some soup.
It sucks.
I was sick. I mean, I was sick in a different... I was ill. I'm not, like... No, not ill. God damn it. I was not feeling well. Not, like, ill, like, like... no, I couldn't even pull that off.
I'm lost.
Okay.
Does not compute.
He's saying he was not doing kickflips.
Yes, exactly. I've never been able to do those. You seen me?
Dude, yeah. Same. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you could maybe...
I could still do backflips.
That was the most forced bullshit I've ever... You guys didn't see it visually, but my hands were just on the table, and he felt the need to bump them because they were slightly in the shape of fists.
And we're holding hands for 3 minutes.
We've been holding hands for a while. Brayden, where's your hand going? Brayden, I am not that type of lady.
Listen. Not this type of man. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Hi, Ariel. You're not having her listen to this, huh?
No. Yes, Ariel. I jerk my friends off. Okay? Get over it.
That's just what bros
I killed a guy, and I jerk my friends off.
It's just a bro thing. Like, don't even worry about it.
We're doing a whole Dexter revealing episode. You're getting some real therapy and problems out.
Yeah. Well, it's like, this other bit. I love Daniel Sloss. Check out his comedy if you haven't. It's one of my favorite of all time. He was talking about how toxic masculinity worked. Because he's like, me and my friend got drunk because getting drunk is the only way as men we can tell each other we love each other. But you have to do it immaculate still as well. So what you do is you grab him by the back of the head, you point him in the face and yell, I love you! And that's the only context you could do that. Like, you couldn't do that at your own wedding. Like, I love you! Then it's over. But his wife came down and saw us, and she was sick of it because she knows we should be able to tell each other we love each other without being drunk. So she goes, oh, why don't you two just kiss? But she told that to two male comedians. So a few seconds later, our noses are touching, eyes locked. And now, here's how masculinity works. Whoever doesn't kiss the other person is gay. And women are laughing because that's rightfully the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your life. But all the men in the audience are like, yeah. And the guy who was interviewing him was like, so what did you do? Oh, I kissed him. Of course. That was Daniel Sloss's joke. I can't take credit for it. Please don't sue me, Daniel. Love you. You'll never hear this anyway. Okay.
That you think of.
Yeah, maybe he's our one Irish
maybe that's the one. That would be such an honor, though. Think about it.
He's from Scotland, actually, but
still.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be crazy. Our one viewer in Greece is like
Zeus.
Yeah. I was like, who's a famous Greek person? You went with mythical god.
Fucking Zeus.
Zeus, you need to smite this person. Hold on, there's a new episode of Film Nerds Hour.
Can you imagine that, though? How great that would be.
Who's this?
Just to have gods.
Who's this Brayden guy on? Oh, there's a link. Let me listen to some of his beats.
Oh, this shit's garbage.
I was gonna give you a compliment, and you detrimented yourself. Oh, God.
Daniel, you just can't give a good compliment.
I really can't. Even to a guy who just jerked me off under the table. Like,
hey, man. Nice cock. That's a
Thank
good
you.
compliment.
Thank you.
Isn't that like a Krog thing now on there?
Yeah.
Krog admires your dick or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
nice
admire.
cock.
Yeah. It's like...
thank you.
Did you guys ever see the show The Leftovers?
Wait.
I told you about this.
Have we talked about the movie in like 15 minutes?
We have.
We were talking about relationship stuff. I just want to say this quick thing and we'll get back to it. But in The Leftovers, there's this character and he's running from stray dogs. Watch the show. It's great. But he's wearing sweatpants. And I guess they didn't realize you can clearly see his dick. It should be in the credits as a supporting character.
Right.
Like, that's how obvious and huge this thing is. So
Yeah.
the next season they did a nod to it where he's getting patted down by security, and the security guy looks up at him and goes, "Congratulations."
Which may have been improv.
Yeah, probably, but it's great.
Could you imagine that though, being in an airport and everybody just pats it down?
Ooh.
Just get a.
Is this a bazooka?
Just rubs your
carrying
leg.
a lethal weapon.
Just rubs your leg. I feel uncomfortable, stranger danger.
Oh,
Yeah.
this might be dangerous.
You need to take me to
Let
dinner
me
first.
Smell it.
Yeah.
I would be the one person to have that and be touched because I'm a black guy going through and just be like, "You want to take me to dinner first, sweetie?"
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
move
that
along.
type of lady, and that's how you get detained.
He offered to fuck me. I did not. I said, "You're going to take me to dinner first." You're rubbing up on my crotch. God.
I'm the guy who I'm glad they don't have these signs anymore, because they used to have signs in TSA of like, you are never to make any jokes or comments about these things, and one of the things is bombs. And this guy looked at it and went, "Don't worry, sir, I take my bombs very seriously." I would do that, but I would get tackled. Like... I'm worried enough at TSA. I have to carry a card with me about my mechanical valve. Because if you can hear, there's a click. Have you heard the thing?
Bomb in his chest!
Exactly! That's what I'm worried about. I'm afraid I'm going to get tackled because they think
2319! Took out 2319!
Have you heard the thing that sounds like a watch this whole time?
No.
Alright.
I can.
I just hear my heart beating because I'm falling in love with you, Nathaniel.
Eyes fading. Mom spaghetti. Heavy.
I think you're in trouble, Ariel.
So, yeah, Scott Pilgrim. Let's talk about the music.
That is something that really needs to be said. The music in this is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's dynamic. It's raw. I want the soundtrack.
It's very obviously it's the genre is punk, and it's
Yeah.
very punk. It's
Punk
not.
rock,
It's
yeah.
not. It doesn't feel like radio punk.
No.
Yep.
We gotta look up quick because I know all of Sex Bob-omb's songs were written by a band, and then the Clash of Demon Head song was written by another band, and then I know the Ramona song was written by Beck. I know that, but I can't remember who wrote the other songs. But I know it's like something where you read it and you're like, they did that, like
Yeah.
Uh,
It's all like Johnny Cash.
yeah.
The whole movie is
The soundtrack was for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was provided by the Westboro Baptist Church. That's my favorite.
They would probably make some like really heavy shit.
Oh yeah.
oh my god,
Who was
that original motion picture, like for the CD, that is awesome. It's,
Right?
It's got
Look
him
at the-
rocking out with
Yeah,
the.
he's got the guitar.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Or the bass.
I've seen
He's
it,
got
yeah.
bass, yeah. He is the most into it bass player I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they're usually.
Like, look at the soundtrack.
I can't find just a
And
bunch of people.
I feel like this is the perfect movie. Like, watch this and then watch Baby Driver. Because if you want more examples of Edgar Wright's perfect sound editing, like Baby Driver's incredible.
Why don't you work with the same team with that one?
Oh yeah.
Which one of the things I said, and this is not dissing the visual effects crew, because holy crap, the visual effects in this movie are spot on, even with an HD polish.
Oh yeah. It's
A
beautiful.
lot of these older movies, especially the early 2000s, like I told you, I watched the Pirates trilogy the other day
Yeah.
with my dad.
Of the Caribbean.
Yeah, and like at World's End, the final battle
Yeah.
was
they're getting married
amazing.
during the battle.
Yeah, well, the final battle with all the special effects was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Scott Pilgrim had that perfect polish to it, too. But one of the things that I had said that I know
I was
you-
gonna hold on. Let me
you
grab my
heard
phone.
earlier?
Let me grab my phone. I threw it over there for a bit, but I need it now.
one of the things that I had said
Yeah.
is that the Avengers, the crew who did the Avengers,
Oh yeah.
did amazing work. Like today, and not dissing that, because the hardest thing is time as an editor. It is really hard to be, spot on with that and give it a nice, exact polish that you want. But one thing about Avengers is if you look at it, it's one of the most realistic looking. Like the whole movie, even compared to Infinity War and Endgame, all look so real. From Iron Man's armor, like all the micro scrapes that you see on it.
Yeah.
But if you watch in 4K, it looks totally fake. It is like the perfect realistic on Blu-ray. You see every little detail, and it's just perfect. All the lasers look real and everything. And I think the same thing was in Iron Man 2. So I was almost curious too. What if we had gotten, and maybe that is the same editing VFX team that worked on Scott Pilgrim. But I was gonna say, if it wasn't, what would that have looked like on Scott Pilgrim instead?
Right.
That would have been cool. I want to give a quick casting too for everybody who played everybody. So. Because I know we're not going beat for beat by this one. Cause
No, this is... Yeah.
It's one of those movies that you have to watch for yourself in order to really keep up.
because we highly recommend it. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we can try and break down Mandy, because I think eventually we're going to do that. But that one's going to be kind of hard to beat for beat too.
Yeah.
Because a lot happens. But we got Michael Cera, Scott Pilgrim, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, right? Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Or Winstead?
It's Winstead.
The internet will let us know, so we don't need to worry that much.
As Ramona Flowers. Oh, that's a cute last name. Chris Evans, the one and only, the people who said was a failed actor. Yeah, screw all of you. He was already an amazing actor, and he's got the ass of America.
He's got America's ass.
Yeah.
If you're gonna...
That is America's ass, Chris Evans. We love you, and you have a beautiful ass. I have no problem saying this. There was something about...
America's ass?
There was something about Jamie Lee Curtis saying that he had an OnlyFans or something. One back?
Chris Evans? No. He
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he'd do that even for a joke. This is the guy who has a website he released this year to get people more into knowing what politics are. I don't think he would release an OnlyFans.
I don't know. Look it up. That's what I'm saying. Allegedly,
You
but
could
I saw it.
do anything.
So, but anyway, Chris Evans as Lucas Lee.
What if I release an OnlyFans, but it's literally just like you pay $3 to see pictures of like my comic books,
or like your fans.
Yeah,
like your bowling fans.
My brother has
a
lot of fans. I could do that. It's only fans.
God, it's so mint.
All right.
Chris,
you went way too into that. Neither of us were prepared. Go on, Chris
Evans as Lucas Lee. Jason Schwartzman as Gideon Gordon Graves. Aubrey Plaza as Julie Powers. Allison Pill as Kim Pine. Ellen Wong as Knives Cho.
That's Chow.
It is Chow?
Yeah, it's Chow.
Yeah.
That's why she makes the pun. Get ready to chow down.
Oh, okay. Which we
yes, for real.
What was that? He calls her Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah,
which was. I'm sorry. That
even for a 2010 joke, that's a little much.
That's far.
Yeah.
I think
she looks at him like, I'm holding swords at you, motherfucker.
It'd be like telling a black person, like, get some KFC.
Yeah.
Where's your KFC?
Or like calling a black person KFC.
Yeah.
Or
like telling a white person to eat.
All right, KFC man.
Crushed ice.
Eat some saltine crackers.
Ranch.
Eat your own kind.
Ranch dressing.
Oh, yeah.
We do not condone racism on the show.
Eggs.
This is strictly amongst friends. So
yeah. We apologize if we offended any. This episode is unmonetizable. I've come to ignore it. We've sworn an observed amount. We've made racial jokes. Brayden's admitted to murdering. Like, I don't think we're gonna make any cash off this, but it's just for publicity.
It's a bonus episode. We can enjoy it.
The only purpose is to get his fans to be also our fans. So
I don't have fans.
Yeah, I have family.
Say how it really
they
is.
don't like it either.
They don't like it either.
Mom walks in. You fucking disgust me with what you've chosen. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Walks out.
For real.
Get the fuck out
totally
of this
didn't hurt
house.
at all.
Going into management.
So I found the thing for the soundtrack, by the way.
Hey, I want to finish this cast read off.
All right.
Yeah.
But Brandon Roth.
Brandon Ralph.
Right, Brandon Ralph as Todd Ingram.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Yeah, he was Superman in Superman Returns, the Atom from the Arrowverse shows.
Which
he was in Chuck.
Which took me the longest time to
realize
that Adam was Superman.
Yeah.
Even though Superman Returns sucked.
Because he's a good actor.
The only thing that made that movie was Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Superman sucked.
Oh, you're not going to get any arguments.
It was so long that I thought it was longer than it was, and it's like 2 hours.
The stupid Kryptonite Island, like, get out of here with this.
I literally thought that movie was 3 hours.
The only really cool scene in that movie is the slow-mo shot of the bullet and then it hits his eyes and then boom.
Were they trying to bore people to death with some half-assed origin story?
He just choked. Maybe.
Aww.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say some. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off the podcast full. What? So would you say Superman was mediocre, man?
Yeah, in that movie.
I just remember.
Nathaniel, he's taking your comedy.
I know.
Less than average man.
I'm just so glad.
No, less than average man is what my girlfriend calls me.
Oh.
You know, my mother used to call
don't. What?
My mother used to call Darth Sidious.
That's
nice.
Yeah.
I like how we were making dick jokes, and then you're like, you know what my mom used to say? No, I'm kidding.
No, I wasn't making a dick joke.
I liked your joke because it really just made me think of like, oh, these are the people I've decided to hitch my career wagon to. You know, like.
Man, I'm telling you. I am not the person you want to follow for success.
No,
it's okay. You can be like the fake Freddie Mercury who left Queen.
Oh yeah,
because that totally happened. Hint, hint. Didn't. Bill Hader was the voice.
Of who?
It just says the voice. That's what he's labeled as.
Huh?
Oh, he was the narrator.
Oh,
yeah. And then Brie Larson was Envy Adams. Mark Webber as Steven Stills. Okay. Mae Whitman as Roxy Richer. We're not reading all these off because there's way too many people in here. There's people as Elevator Person.
Elevator Person.
Party Goer 3.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, we're good on that.
Elevator Hipster.
Okay, no. The thing
Some guy.
Some guy!
Michael...
I would 100%, I don't care if the movie is 10 years old, I would use that as every pickup line. You know, I was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, under the credit, some guy. I don't want to...
No, you have to... It has to be... Is some guy. He wasn't lying.
You are some guy. You're quite...
Played by Michael Larozovich.
If we get him on the show, that's my dream.
Don Keller as director.
Oh, the guy who was in the director's chair in the Lucas thing.
John Patrick Amadori as Lollipop Hipster.
Okay, no, we're done.
Christine Watson as Demon Hipster Chick.
Oh, the Demon Hipster Chicks, that Matthew Patel.
Yeah.
Joe
How did they get
as Elevator Hipster 1.
I guess a girl in a skirt, fishnets, and a tank top.
Guess who Matt Watts played?
Who?
Promoter.
Yeah. So here's the soundtrack. Soundtrack includes music by Beck, Broken Social Scene, Metric, Black Lips, T.Rex, which I actually have heard of, The Rolling Stones, of course, Frank Black, and Plumtree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I took time away from you reading the credits of Some Guy and Hipster Chick. Yeah.
And Elevator Hipster 1 and 2 and 3.
And fuck and you and all the...
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Why are you flipping him off? He hasn't said shit.
These
are guests.
Face Off.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't give a shit. Just fuck you! Fuck
Nicolas
you!
Cage and Face Off. I can't believe they took his face off. Oh yeah, have you seen Face Off?
No.
The beginning scene of it, he's dressed as...
Uh-oh.
Power outage. He dresses as a pastor, and he's like dancing, and then he goes behind this girl who's singing in a choir, and he like whispers into her ear while she's singing, and he grabs her ass, and he's like, hallelujah! And it looks like his eyes go super wide.
It looks like he's straight about to orgasm. He's like, oh. Well, not even that. His face hallelujah. Oh, and it's like that.
The crazy thing about that movie, he's the villain, right? And then John Travolta's the good guy. But then they switch faces. So now John Travolta has to somehow be as crazy as Nicolas Cage in that. And Nicolas Cage now has to be a normal dude hero. And it's like, how?
Because seeing him and Mandy, that was the perfect role.
Oh, yeah.
You ripped my shirt! You ripped my shirt!
Not the bees! How to get burned! Okay.
How to get burned! How to get burned! How to get burned!
I freaking love Nicolas Cage.
Or the greatest two lines from Mom and Dad. Anal beads. And your motherfucking mother said to open the door. And motherfuckers, you are going to open this motherfucking door.
I still love I love his classic stuff, like Honeymoon in Vegas, where the line is literally, "Yoo-hoo, can I get a room?" And here's how he read it. "Yoo-hoo, can I get a room?" He's saying his line. And then he improvised the alphabet in Kiss from a Vampire. He goes, "You have to organize the files, in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G." He says the whole alphabet, screaming and pointing. It's incredible. We need to do like a whole 5-hour long Nicolas Cage rant at some point. Not today. None of us have the mental energy today.
Yeah, plus...
I'm sorry, are we boring you? Are you just on Twitter now?
No, fun fact, you'll know by the time this is up. Well, no.
Why are you looking at me with the glare?
Well, you'll know if it is up, but I am making another film.
He's over here watching.
I'm making another short film. I cannot tell you the title, and I can... I wish one of the things that we need to talk about is how big of an activist and how much donation that Mia Khalifa does, because people only recognize her as a porn star.
She's on that show Rami on Hulu now.
She's
like a straight up actress now.
She's
good for her.
Very a very good hearted person.
Yeah,
She plays
she's
a love
pretty dope.
interest in the latest season. It's a great show.
I've always wanted to see her as an actress because she has the acting ability. The acting is there.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like
the only issue with porn is the bad script writing.
Well, the thing is, I can't. It's not like you can look
we can debate about that.
We'll debate about that.
I have heard some amazing lines in porn. Like, God,
I will say though, imagine.
I won't betray too much.
Okay.
Because I don't think my parents listen to this, but I'm not sure.
But let us say this: imagine if Mia Khalifa would have been discovered and she would have been put in one of the roles for Scott Pilgrim. Who do you think she'd be?
Ooh.
I would love to actually see her in some mainstream movies because
Yeah.
she has like the acting ability.
I
and
feel
the
like
look.
they'd make a new character because, like, you know, I feel like she'd be Aubrey Plaza's character. Because even though Aubrey Plaza does drive home that, like, bitchy attitude, like, everything sucks thing.
No, I couldn't see that.
No? Maybe she'd just be a new character then. Because I can't think... She couldn't be Kim. Or Ramona. I don't know.
I mean, they could have had her as Knives, but I don't think that would have worked as
No.
well.
Knives Chow?
Because
No.
She couldn't have been nice.
She could not be
They
the
would have
Chinese
No.
schoolgirl who's 17.
they would have to change the character, but
The chair. Okay.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I could get that. But I also couldn't get, like...
Why couldn't she be Ramona?
Huh?
Why couldn't she be Ramona?
yeah, I mean, it would be interesting because
I feel like she'd
Mary
have to be Ramona.
really,
Yeah.
it'd have to be Ramona. But I think the
Mary
only problem is
Elizabeth Winstead.
Mary really hit that home.
She's great.
Yeah.
You know?
She has proven.
I guess that's a testament to this cast, isn't it? Because I can't really think of anyone who could be replaced by anyone. You know what I mean?
Right. This. Yeah.
Here, she can be demon hipster chicks.
See, and that's
No, because she would have thrown that off too.
That's true.
She. Yeah.
I think that's the best part though about certain like remakes or certain
We broke him.
reboots, remakes and reboots. I was
Okay.
I was like, it's something. I think that's the perfect thing though about
It's
reboots would be better. I don't think it needs to be completely remade, but I think like, you know, I wouldn't ever see Scott Pilgrim being remade.
No. God, no.
And there's some things
Do a
that should.
sequel.
But I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where you know
Don't
you
fuck
see,
with Scott Pilgrim,
No.
please.
No. No.
you really see like Child's Play, for example. I don't give a shit what anybody has to say. That was not a bad movie. You all, you know, and not insulting anybody, but that is really all, in my opinion, that the original always has to be better because that's source
it
material.
is. 100% it is.
So no, it is not better than the original Child's Play, and it is not better.
The new one?
Yeah,
Where it's all
not.
technology?
It's not new. I mean, it's not better or worse. It is its own thing,
Yeah,
and you cannot judge
separate.
it from that. Period.
Who?
It's just not. It's not comparable. One has a totally different atmosphere, which I thought they were going to go full Watch Dogs, and they didn't. I was so amazed. I went into the Child's Play being like, "Wow, this is not going to be that good of a movie."
It's gonna be Child's Play.
And
He gets a slow clap for that joke.
I was like, they're gonna overdo it with technology, and that was what I was scared about. But I
That's
went
what
in
we're
with
all
an open mind, and I was like, I was blown away
Mm-hmm.
by how they did not just.
The joke you were gonna make. Yeah.
I just it was amazing that they didn't overuse technology. There was a very great, sensible balance of the tech being used and the old style killings.
Yeah.
Of a slasher genre. They mixed the two, and they did it so well that. And Bear, I can't remember his last name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He's the composer.
I don't know composers, man. Unfortunately.
Bear Mick something, I believe it is.
Bear Mick?
Bear Mix Music.
No. But
Bear
Lars
Mix's music.
Lars Cliveberg is the one.
Just an actual bear.
Lars
Bear
Cliveberg
Mix Music.
is the one who did.
And they're like, hey, scratch that record. And he actually does because he's a
got
bear.
like a headphone tap on.
But Lars Cliveberg is the one who did do
How'd you
this,
get
and he did the
Bear?
movie Polaroid.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, what was...
He did the short, and then he did the full movie. And the movie actually had the
Polaroid.
potential, but I think it's because it was one of those short things that just didn't play out because you have to flesh out a
You know
story.
what was worse about the movie Polaroid? It took a little while to develop.
It did. It couldn't get something solid, and I think that hindered it.
Did you get that he made a camera joke?
About Polaroid.
It took
pictures.
a little bit to develop.
Oh God.
You didn't even, you have more shame from me now because you didn't even get the stupid
Because
joke.
I was thinking of the fact that it really did. It went through 2 years of development.
Nothing
before it
clicked in
got
your
there.
head that I was he said it and then I did this.
His head disappeared.
No, because I was thinking of the 2 years of development that it took to get on a
actually
streaming
went
service.
into.
So
Yeah. It did take a lot of time to develop.
Well, then that was just like a perfect joke. I didn't
It
even
was.
know that.
That was.
tongue in cheek.
I wouldn't say perfect.
Bear-
it just fit perfectly.
Bear
Yeah.
McCreary.
It wasn't a good joke.
Bear Mc.
Is that the first time in your life you've ever been able to say that something fits perfectly? Oh!
Anyway, Bear McCreary is the one who
Wow.
did the. Hey,
Love you, buddy.
Bear McCreary is the one who did the soundtracks for the Child's Play 2019.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay. Here's a question. It's been 10 years since Scott Pilgrim. Who would we cast now? Like, if this movie was getting made. Like,
Tom Holland.
Tom
To play
Holland as
Scott
Pilgrim?
Pilgrim?
I think
He's way too hot to play.
I got Lucas Lee. Who's the guy who played Bane and Venom? Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy would be a good Lucas Lee.
Tom Hardy, yes.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy would be a good
He's got
I
the
can see that.
intimidation. He's got that masculineness. But he can
Ramona.
also play a douche.
Scott, you would just have to go with the other.
Do Michael Cera again.
No, you'd have to go with the. Who's the other Michael Cera? Is it?
You think of Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
no.
No. I feel like
I'm
he's
sorry.
older than Michael Cera.
Well, not only that reason, but
We gotta think of like who's like really relevant. We can go back to Scott.
it doesn't need to be relevant though
Yeah.
to this time. I mean, you have plenty of other like indie actors that are.
Who played? Oh my goodness, Mark Zuckerberg in the
Jesse,
Social Network.
That
That's
was
Jesse
Jesse
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg. Yeah,
Why wouldn't you use him?
he's
Because nowadays he's a little too old, I think. Because
Well,
if he needs to
that-
play someone who's 22.
and
He
it'd be
could
like
do
it'd be like why don't you just get Michael Cera? Because they look alike anyway.
Yeah.
So
I feel
would it
like-
really be a step up? I actually think it'd be a step down.
Really? Jesse Eisenberg? I feel like he would slap that.
I've seen him in the energetic role,
Okay.
and I've seen him. I mean, given Zombieland, it would be like him playing
Yeah.
his character from Zombieland.
Oh yeah.
and
Well,
also-
I like Zombieland.
Well,
I like Zombieland too, but it'd also be like him playing Lex Luthor from Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
It would, and I know that might have been a scripting error too, but it felt like he was on meth the whole time, or cocaine.
Boys.
Boys, it's time to go. Oh, good to meet you. Oh, yeah, but this is happening. I'm rich.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like who we cast as Ramona. Maybe.
I would say Mia Khalifa. I think that'd be kind of
Mia
cool to see.
Khalifa.
Sure. Why not?
I think she could do it. I think she could be a legitimate actress.
Oh. You know who I'm gonna say for Nice Chow? The girl that
Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think that would be kind of
Rose
interesting.
from the Star Wars movies. Okay.
You had the fortune, the great gift of not having to see those movies.
Good job.
So we're gonna say on it because
Matthew
Nathaniel
Patel.
gets too mad.
Who's Matthew Patel?
Matthew Patel would be me.
The gay guy?
No, Matthew Patel is the first Evil X, the Indian guy.
Oh, the kid from Bunked from Jesse.
What if
Yes. Yes.
What's his name?
What if you did like a more like a modern and Ramona is a dude? It's about a
It's about a gay relationship.
yes. That would actually kind of be interesting because I don't want to.
And Roxy is the one time that they
I'd
went
say.
straight.
Oh, you know who might be
It was a
good?
phase.
Hey, you know who might be good? Karen Brar is the one who played Raven
Yeah,
Ross.
I could see
But
it.
I would say Peyton List might be a good Ramona too.
Peyton List.
The one
we
who
both-
played
Yeah, she played
in
she
Cobra
was-
Kai. She played Miguel's.
Oh yeah.
Girlfriend in
She
season
would
2.
be good.
Dude, she was in Jesse. How are you not?
Yeah,
was
she's
that?
also in Jesse. Yeah.
Oh my
She
god.
was in Jesse. She was in Bonked. She's also been in.
Let's see.
Would she make a good Ramona though?
Have you seen Cobra
Let's-
Kai?
For Gideon Graves, let's go really old with it. Robert Downey Jr.
I'd be open to that. And yeah. I would have said, who plays Director Krennic again?
Oh, yeah.
But he already played, what's his name in...
Wait. Keep going with what you're saying. I'm trying to think
He played, what's his name in Ready Player One?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he played the yeah, I know who you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn, yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn, yeah. He,
I think he would have been cool to see, but I think he's a bit too old.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. Because he's also a young guy. Go ahead.
Movie of my dreams, right? Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, God.
But Scott Pilgrim is Gilbert Gottfried. That would be so much fun.
Saving on car insurance! Ramona, your exes.
Dude, Gilbert Gottfried.
Keep going with it, please.
Okay.
I just want to see if I actually want.
Now I have to fight a guy who shoots fire.
Okay, two things. A, he was in Sharknado, and B, have you ever heard his speech as Abe Lincoln in A Million Ways to Die in the West? Because we're gonna play it because it is not monetized anyway. So.
It's not monetized. That can't be A Million Ways to Die in the West.
No, I'm talking about the episode. It's not going to be monetized, so we can play a clip.
No, let's not. Let's just look it up, guy. I don't know. I was making a bit before. I don't know.
Is any?
There's not monetized, and then there's getting sued for copyright infringement.
I don't think it would if it's just sound.
No,
they might cut it out.
Mm-hmm. 10 seconds of a song would get us sued.
That's a song, though.
That's not how copyright works. With
you can't do it.
That's how it is on YouTube.
You can't do it with a clip. If we showed a clip and a long clip, yeah.
I say go for it, man. Get a lawsuit. Publicity is publicity.
Says the guy who wouldn't have to pay.
Steal the brand.
They're not gonna. They can sue you for up to the amount that was made.
Yeah, I mean, can we actually address that? Like how everything
gets like 3 billion views because he's on it. Look,
dude. Yeah, I'd be like, where the fuck are all these people?
Where are these fans? My German guys.
All of them seem to be from Russia, Russia, Germany, and Russia.
Russian-y?
Yeah, we were kind of liking your music, but we love the one episode you did on the Film Nerds.
Think about this.
That was your peak as a career.
Think about this. The fact that they like David Hasselhoff singing in Germany.
Ramona, there's a psychic vegan. All right.
I think.
What is David Hasselhoff?
Actually, I'll make that joke later.
David Hasselhoff singing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's play that.
No.
Because that will because songs.
Fine.
We know how some of these sites like to try and make their money. You know, we're not calling out anything, but we are.
Yeah.
You know who you are. We know.
I like how you're so into this. You raised your eyebrows at the microphone. Yeah. How are we doing on...
We are at... I mean, we can wrap up and start the other one. I mean, I would say, too, I think a young person that would be fun to see as Michael Cera if they were younger.
Michael Cera.
Would be... Or Scott Pilgrim would be... it would have been Elijah Wood.
He's a little short, but But yeah,
I don't think that matters.
Who's that Hugh Jackman that played the kid with the broken arm in It in the new one.
Oh,
he's really funny, but he's too young.
Yeah, he's in Shazam.
Now. We'd have to
him in a couple years. He could definitely do it. He could definitely do Scott Pilgrim.
We need to capture him.
Let me look him up.
Jack Dylan Grazer.
Yes, that's the dude I want to like make stuff for. You know what I mean? Because he's got great comedic timing. He just seems like a cool dude.
Now there's the
Finn Wolfhard.
No.
He's also Canadian.
You know from Cody with the Meatballs.
Yeah, I know.
What was I gonna say? I would say but I'd say Elijah Wood. That would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Because
Elijah would be really good at that role.
Yeah, I mean we did the movie The Faculty. Yeah, I know. I know. I heard it. And I'm sure that was his whole high school experience.
Anyway, we're going to probably wrap this up since we're all losing our minds, as is clear.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if Elijah Wood was a woodchuck?
And on that note, before Elijah Wood sees us, because we love him in the Lord of the Rings,
this is unairable. We've got maybe $200 of talent at the table, and that's just you.
Bro,
that's worth more than he thinks.
Yeah.
When I'm naked, maybe.
$200. Oh, but when you're wearing all black,
you got a nickel here.
Should we ask Ariel's opinion
about my nakedness?
Yeah. Is that? Would you say that's $200? Yeah. Why the hell
no,
not?
because she's sleeping.
Okay, well, then let's...
No, because you know what? You've already hurt my feelings enough today.
I did not. Shut up.
I'm not being...
I'm not giving in to this. Leave me alone.
I'm not being $5, you know?
I said 200. Don't be
You
so
said
down on
200.
yourself.
You said 200, but we're in love. She hates me.
She hates you. Is this where you
she
talk
hates
about
me, but
your
we're
secretly abusive relationship?
Yeah, this is really a cry for help.
Yeah.
The only reason I would come on
Are
this
you
podcast...
pulling a Rick Sanchez?
Yeah.
Is that...
Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance! I'm screaming for help! I'm begging for help! Please come let me out!
Pickle Rick.
Okay.
That wasn't Pickle Rick, no.
But it's the same guy, Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, it's Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
That was season 2, right? That was Tiny Rick.
Yeah.
That's what they call him.
After you murdered that guy, it really all went just downhill for you, right? You had to say goodbye, didn't you? To all your hopes and dreams.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah. But anyway,
FBI track his house.
that was
That was our
that
little
was Film Nerds Hour?
Film Nerds Hour.
On Scott Pilgrim. Watch it for yourselves, because even if we did go through,
because we sold this movie so well.
We did.
If you didn't want to see it before, you want to now.
If you didn't want to see it before,
I think we started.
I think you're still on the fence.
We went on the tangents at the end to give everybody some.
We went on tangents at the end, on the beginning, and in the middle.
It's fine. Don't give us credit. Whatever.
No.
Fine. Anyway, this has been Film Nerds Hour. We all love you with your host.
Do you got anything coming out soon that people should be on the lookout for?
Okay. So my name's Brayden. I don't think we said that even.
Yeah, we did. We said Brayden.
Okay. My name's Brayden. I go by Somber Palace. I make music. I'm the founder of Better S Records. I also make music under the name Funeral, A Terrible Place to Be. That's my band. I have my clothing line, Goodbye For Now. You can shop there. It's alltooheavy.com. Other than that, yeah, dude, I just...
Plug your socials.
8-inch cock.
On Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
And Somber Palace on all socials.
And we'll definitely drop a link so that you guys can go check it out for yourselves, because sometimes it is hard to find those on websites.
Those 8-inch cock.
Yeah. If you're listening, shout out to Brayden's High German audience.
Yeah. It's not a lot of them.
But that's like the key.
It's because it just goes like
U.S. and Germany.
Do you guys
do analytics?
No. Do these guys know where we are?
Yeah, U.S.
We're in a bunker. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes. You answered my question.
They don't know our address.
It's fine.
But we are in Minnesota.
What I was going to say is, well, it goes U.S. city, U.S. city, U.S. city, Germany, U.S. city. It's just weird how it's like
the whole continent.
Whole country just gets squeezed in the U.S. Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Germany's right across the border now.
Yeah.
Right, dude.
Yeah, ours is the same. We got U.S. because
U.S., U.K.,
Canada,
Ireland,
Canada,
or
Greece.
Canada, not the U.K. I think.
Yeah, U.S., Canada, Ireland, Greece. That's
which
our.
We all love. We're glad that you guys are enjoying it around the world because somehow we made it out there. So
yeah, I guess we're getting around because I don't know anyone who's Greek. You don't.
I don't. Oh, I don't know anybody in Greece. I know a lot of people around the world, but not Ireland and Greece. Well, I know one friend in Ireland. So
it's that one friend, isn't it?
No, actually, I don't think they know because they don't have Facebook. So
okay. Well,
I don't think they know.
He's Noah Sweeto.
And he's Nathaniel Shoemaker.
Follow us on Instagram. We'll probably post a picture of us watching Scott Pilgrim.
And you know where to find us. We will. Well, I don't do that. We will drop links in the description for you guys to go see our new, which we'll be doing a podcast on there. Just a Film Nerds Talk. We will be posting on Nerds Hour, so you'll have the link down below in the description of whatever you're listening on to head over there. There'll be a Spotify and for that too. And then there's our main YouTube that's linked to both.
Yep.
So you get everything there if that's easier for you guys. And yeah, follow the Instagram, follow the Facebook page.
If you like what you hear, share it around, please. We appreciate it. I don't want to sound too neat. Please. Please.
Don't forget too that if there is a movie
this is our last chance.
Yeah.
And don't forget that if you
I hear them cocking the guns right now.
And don't forget that if you guys do want to hear a specific review,
let us know.
Keep it to yourself.
Oh,
we know what we want to do.
Yeah, I guess we do.
Now you sound like a mob boss.
Yeah, seriously. You little piece of shit. This ain't no game. All right.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that movie.
Yeah, we will. He'd enjoy it. All right, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.